What is going on, everyone? Smash Bros Pro 33 here, bringing you another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. This is an RU match versus somebody from the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder. I mean, the name is Taylor. I don't know exactly who that is, but I will try to find out. If you are subscribed to me, please let me know so I can post the link to your channel on the video so people can check you out, maybe sub to you as well. So anyway, looking at these teams, kind of RU/NU-ish on her side because she has more RUs than NUs. I mean, most NUs actually do serve quite well in RU, Amoonguss and Braviary being two honorable mentions in that category. And another one is Chinchino, which I have actually. So you've seen pretty much all of these Pokemon before, and the big return of my Escavalier. I haven't used this thing in such a long time, and I rarely ever use it. I don't know, like, Escavalier, it appeals to me, but not enough to where I want to use it on a bunch of teams, and you like never see Escavalier anymore. So with that, threats, Quillfish can be a real nuisance because I don't really have anything to honestly touch it outside of my Sceptile. So once Sceptile is fainted, then obviously I'm gonna have a tough time dealing with the Quillfish. And Butterfree can Quiver Dance up if it finds the opportunity. And Braviary, if it's Scarfed, can rip a hole through my team. If Escavalier and Mandibuzz are out of commission, then Amoonguss is Amoonguss. Archeops I can deal with fairly easily. And then Stunfisk can be an annoyance if I let it discharge shenanigans or whatever this Stunfisk decides to do. I don't remember exactly what the Stunfisk does, but I will remember once I see the video. So without further ado, let's get on with the battle, shall we? So she's going to have to lead with her Quillfish, as I'm going to lead with my Crustle, just for me to get up my rocks and all that good stuff. Maybe get off an attack if I need be. She's going to set up some Toxic Spikes. That's going to be an issue, because my entire team, with the exception of my Mandibuzz, is weak to Toxic Spikes. So I'm going to have to switch out here, go into my Sceptile, hopefully KO this thing as quickly as possible, because I need to get rid of this Quillfish now. Because she already has her 2 layers of Toxic Spikes up, and as I said, 5 out of my 6 Pokemon are vulnerable to Toxic Spikes. So she's going to switch, go into her Amoonguss here, as I believe I'm going to go for the Hidden Power. That's my Hidden Power Rock. This is my Spec style. You guys all know and love my Speed Leaf. Quite possibly my favorite Sceptile set. I do like the Unburdened one, but this Spec style is my personal favorite. So because I have a feeling it's not going to KO, I'm going to switch to my Escavalier, and I could take a Spore. I could take a Stun Spore. My Escavalier is slow as balls anyway. And, I mean, the worst that could happen is my Escavalier goes to sleep, and I can bring in the appropriate counter, which could be Chinchino, but I'm kind of afraid of the Stun Spore at this point. So I believe I'm going to burn off a Sleep Turn or two, as she's going to bring in her Butterfree. Nice move on her part, except for the fact that I brought up Stealth Rock. So anyway, I'm going to burn off a Sleep Turn here. Hopefully she doesn't get to the point where she can set up Quiver Dances. And luckily, I wake up the second turn, which means I'm going to get off the Iron Head. I am Choice Banded, I believe. And this is good for me because, I mean, the Bug Buzz is going to do quite a bit because she gets a crit. And that was a rhyme. But I'm going to go for the Iron Head and take it out. Anyway, in comes the Quillfish. I kind of want to save this Cavalier for later because it could dent the Amoonguss when I need to. So I'm going to switch out, go into my Sceptile again to threaten it out once again, as it's going to set up a layer of spikes. And God, I wish I had a spinner on this team. The only Pokemon immune to all of this is my Mandibuzz. And I figure I can bring in Chinchino now, figuring that she's probably going to want to bring in her Amoonguss. And I believe that's what she does. No, she goes into her Braviary. Now, I'm not sure if this thing is Scarfed or not, so I'm not even sure what I do here. Oh yeah, I leave in Chinchino here, kind of to scout to see if this thing is Scarfed or not. So if it's Scarfed, I can deal with it with Crustle. And the fact that she goes for return means I can send in my Escavalier and go for either the Iron Head or the Mega Horn. But that Braviary is powerful, and it's actually going to be able to take out my Escavalier with the return, which kind of sucks. because now I have to resort to my what's his face, my Crustle, which actually has the Lumberry, so it was good for a switch in. And she's gonna keep spamming return. I guess she has no more use for this Braviary, and I'm just gonna go for the Rock Blast here. Hopefully get 3 or 4 hits, because it looks like 3 hits is gonna do it, and it does. Braviary goes down in 3 hits. Pretty good for me, because now my Sceptile can pretty much come in for free because I don't have to worry about that thing Brave Birding all the things. So now I'm going to switch out, go into my Sceptile once again to threaten out the Quillfish, and it's a rinse and repeat of what she's doing, just setting up the spikes, the toxic spikes, and just all the hazards. Now the thing is with this Quillfish is that it can't really do too many more switch-ins because it's going to get hit by the Leaf Storm eventually, but I'm going to go for the Giga Drain, try and get some health back because I've been switching in a lot to the 2 layers of spikes and the toxic spikes. And I catch the Stunfisk on the switch, which is really cool because I managed to get all my HP back. Stunfisk has a high amount of HP. And now she's going to bring in her Archeops. I sound British for a second, and I'm just going to take this thing, I believe I take it clean out with a Giga Drain. Sceptile is just that powerful, man. And, I mean, base 105 special attack coupled with that base 120 speed, I mean, I'm surprised this thing isn't UU, but then again, a lot of Scarfers, blah, 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 blah. I'm rambling. Amoonguss comes in. I'm going to bring in my Honchkrow. That is not a Honchkrow, that is a Mandibuzz. That is Honchkrow's nanny. Hence my nickname, because, you know, it's like a female Honchkrow kind of thing. But anyway, I'm going to bring in my Crustle here. It's going to get badly poisoned again because I used my Lumberry. And Spikes isn't going to do a heck of a lot, and I know Giga Drain is not going to KO my Crustle purely because I believe I'm max HP. I think, I would assume. Crustle doesn't have that great of an HP stat. But I'm good for 1 attack. But their Amoonguss carries Protect like some do, and I believe that's enough to take out my Crustle because of the poison damage, and that kind of sucks. Oh, what happens? Yeah, I'm gonna go into my, I almost said Honchkrow again, my Mandibuzz here. Gotta burn off the sleep turns, and look how little the Sludge Bomb does. That does less than 100 damage. And that's a stab Sludge Bomb from Amoonguss, which actually has a decent special attack stat considering. So she's going to switch out, go into her Quillfish here, and I don't really mind because Quillfish can't really touch Mandibuzz outside of the Rogue Ice Beam. I don't even know what Quillfish can carry that can hurt Mandibuzz. I mean, Waterfall can do a decent amount because I'm specially defensive, but on the other hand, that does nothing. I mean, that was a stab Waterfall. That did absolutely nothing to my Hotch Nanny thing. So now she's gonna go for a Waterfall again. Still gonna do absolutely jack diddly squiddly squat. I'm gonna Whirlwind it out, and she's gonna go into her Amoonguss. I believe those are her last 2 Pokemon, and I really have to just play my cards right in order to beat these 2 Pokemon one at a time. She's going to go for the Protect here, as I'm going to go just straight for the Brave Bird, because I can't Toxic either of these Pokemon. And I don't know, wait, is this before I put Toxic on it? I think I have Taunt on this thing. Yeah, I do. I have Taunt on this thing. This was before I changed it to Toxic. So, I mean, I don't know if she predicted that or not, but maybe she just wanted to get damage. I don't really care, because that did nothing once again. Maybe it's a slightly more offensively inclined Amoonguss if it ever was one, but Amoonguss is one of the most frustrating things to take down in the NU and RU tiers, like seriously. And she manages to pull the Paralysis from the Effect Spore. I mean, I would probably be better off pulling the Sleep because I do have the chance of waking up and then roosting everything off, but I get the Paralysis, which means the Amoonguss is going to outspeed my Hunch Nanny thing. I almost called it Honchkrow again, and I'm going to take the thing out with a Brave Bird. And I managed to live the recoil, but it really doesn't matter because I know the Quillfish can take me out at that range. So she's going to bring that thing in now because it is her last Pokemon. She's going to take me out with a Waterfall if I am not mistaken. I tend to get ahead in my narrations quite a bit for whatever reason, because I talk fast. And yeah, Mandibuzz goes down to the waterfall, and I have my Sceptile, and I'm going to take that thing out in style with the Specs Leaf Storm. So that is a good game, Taylor. If I find your YouTube channel, I will definitely A, leave a link, B, check you out, as you all should do. You should all be doing that, checking out everyone's channels, expanding your horizons, and all that good stuff. I believe that was a 3-0 in my favor, as I had Sceptile, Poliwrath, and no, it was 2-0 because my Crustle died. So yeah, that was a good game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this RU match. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, Smash Bros. Pro 33, signing out.